up, YouTube, and welcome to Travel Adventures with Eric B. I'm Eric B, and today we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of traveling solo. I've traveled solo quite a bit to quite a few places, including a trip to Iceland in August that I can't wait to do. So let's talk about traveling solo. Some people are scared to travel solo, but I want you to know you don't need friends, family, significant other to travel solo. If you don't have anyone to travel, it's okay to travel solo. So we're going to talk about traveling solo. Get your popcorn out. We're going to have a blast. Let's get ready to roll. So pro number one to traveling solo is freedom, independence. No one can tell you where to go or when to go. When you're traveling solo, you know, if you're on a train somewhere, you can get off wherever you want to get off. If you're on a road trip, you can get off on whichever exit you want to get off on. You can eat wherever you want to eat. You can do whatever you want to do. You have 100% freedom over your trip. And that's pro number one to traveling solo. Pro number two to traveling solo is it's easy to meet other people because you become so much more approachable when it's just you, as opposed to when you're in a group. Not many people want to approach a group of people and pick out one person and start a conversation. But when you're by yourself, you know, it's a lot easier to meet people, and you're kind of forced to meet people too, because when you're with your friends, you're going to talk to your friends. But when you're solo, you know, there's times you're going to get bored and you're going to want to meet someone. So it's a perfect opportunity to go meet someone. So pro number two is definitely makes you more approachable to people and easier to meet people. Number three sort of goes along with number one and what I was saying, as far as you have the freedom to do what you want. It's also no compromise. You don't have to compromise to do anything. You know, it's your trip, it's your vacation, you're here by yourself. You can do whatever you want to do, no compromise. You know, if you want to go eat this every day, if you want to go stop here every day, you want to go to a museum every day, you want to go to this place, that place, you could go every day and nobody's going to stop you. So that's pro number three to solo travel. Pro number four to solo travel is the growth that you will receive as a person from traveling solo. Because when you travel solo, it's very empowering because you don't have that person to help you. It's all you. You got to get out of your own situations. You got to complete your own issues. So anything that goes wrong, the only way to get past it, you don't have anyone to help you out. It's all on you. So it's a very empowering process, and you will definitely grow. You'll learn more about yourself, and you know, you get that alone time that you need even when you travel with a group of people. Also definitely builds character going solo. So I would say pro number three is definitely the growth that you will receive by traveling solo. Pro number five is your time. You can be as flexible as you want. No one's gonna put you on any time schedule or tell you got to be here, you got to be there. You make your own schedule. So you have amazing flexibility when you're solo, and no one's going to tell you any differently. So if you enjoy having that type of flexibility, pro number five is definitely the flexibility that you get in traveling solo. Con number one to traveling solo is you have no one to share your memories with. So this would be a great experience. You're going to go out on the water, you're going to see some dolphins. It's going to be fantastic, but you know, you're going to wish you had someone to share this experience with. Videos and memories can only go so far. The con of no one to share your memories with, it also gets very lonely. It doesn't matter how much you enjoyed, how great a time you're having. I've traveled solo to a lot of places by myself. I've been to other countries, I've been to all over the U.S., been all across the U.S., going to Iceland in August. And no matter what, at some point, whether it's 5 minutes or 50 minutes or 5 days or an hour, no matter how long, you will always feel lonely for a period of time. That's just something that you have to get over. Con number two to solo travel is self-discipline. There's no doubt sometimes we go into these situations and we feel like we need someone to give us that little push, that little shove to wake us up in the morning, to give us that little extra motivation to go see places and go do things. But when we're out here traveling the roads on our own, we don't have that person to give us that little push, that little shove. So you have to be self-disciplined. And sometimes self-discipline is a very difficult thing to have. Sometimes you either have it or you don't. So that can be a difficult thing when it comes to solo travel. The third con to solo travel is you have to watch your own back. You know, when you're traveling with a group of people, if somebody sees one person and they're vulnerable, they might come after that one person. If you're in a group of people or a pack, people tend to leave you alone. But when you're traveling by yourself, you make yourself more susceptible to someone coming after you. And going with that is when you make poor decisions too. You might need someone else to help you, to keep you from spending that extra money, keep you from making that poor, ill-advised decision. When it's just you, there's no one else there to keep you from making that poor decision. So definitely, that's a con of traveling solo. Number 4 is it can be more expensive to travel solo, because when you're traveling solo, you don't have anyone to split the cost. You know, hotel rooms can be expensive, Airbnbs, you know, all of that can be more expensive. And when you are traveling with a group of people, you know, you can split the rental car, you can split all of those things. You can do group tours and save money. But when you're traveling by yourself, you know, you have to pick up 100% of the expenses. So that's a definite con, because you're going to spend a little more money in those cases unless you tweak your accommodations for a solo person, which in that case I would probably tweak it to do more like maybe group trips and maybe like stay at a hostel or hotels that, you know, you may have points to use. Number 5, we're just going to call this one lack of help, because if a situation arises, you get sick, you get hurt, there's no one around to call to help you or to bail you out of certain situations. You're there by yourself, so you have to rely 100% on yourself. So that's a definite drawback. Drawback number 5 of solo travel. You have to be able to deal with these awkward situations that you're going to be in by yourself, and that you're going to have to get yourself out of by yourself. So be aware, be very aware in that case. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I ask that you please hit the like, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell notification so you can see when I have material coming out in the future. Help us to continue to grow as a travel community. And as always, remember, live today, grow today, tomorrow's never guaranteed. Peace.